my people? You're on Planet Urban Real Talk. Check it out. Yeah, we've been rolling with some crazy big name artists. We're about to talk to the hottest artist on the planet right now. I know I'm...
Wow, that's really hot, big introduction.
Like,
and then they're going to come over here and they're going to expect Justin Bieber and it's going to be me.
I was supposed to do this intro proper, but I knew he's going to do this. He always does this. His name is real. I'm going to introduce him with his real name. I hope I get this right. Kamaljit Singh Jyoti.
No.
No?
Pompatlal Bhartiya Mankal sort Chitra Chadda Singh. I just changed it yesterday.
You know who it is, Jay Sean.
What's that, brother?
Oh, man, how you doing?
Cool, nice to meet you.
Yeah. No, man, you've come a long way. Because I remember first...
It is a very long way. It took about 30 hours to get here from New York.
That too.
Yeah.
That too. I was actually referring to the fact that
you
started...
You mean my career?
Yeah,
okay.
Because everyone thinks you just started like a few months ago. Down
That's
was
true.
your first track.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact.
Right.
I heard your first track on BBC Radio 1 on Yal's show.
Oh, wow.
You know how, I've been following your career for a minute.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's been a while, man. I mean, it's been probably 7.5 years, man. It's been 7.5 years. 3 albums, First album was like a major signing to Virgin. Second album was me on my own independent record label that I set up. Third album's on Cash Money, so it's been a bit of a mad journey.
Wow, that's crazy. Everyone knows the Cash Money story.
Yeah.
But before that, the Rishi Rich story.
Yes.
How did the whole thing started off with Rishi Rich project? You having that big hit, and then the project that.
Yeah. Well, what it was, Rishi Rich, for those that don't know, he's a producer and very talented producer who basically he was one of the first people who heard my demo. I had this song, he heard it. He's like, okay, this guy can sing, let's get him in the studio, let's write some more music, and that's kind of just all we did. We just had fun, and from those sessions came this song called Dance With You, which was a collaboration between myself and a Bhangra artist called Juggy D. And that then kind of changed everything, because then us three, that song came out, that it was the first time anybody had ever heard something like that. It was kind of really interesting production, English R&B vocals, Punjabi vocals on the same track. Yeah. And then that kind of created a bit of a phenomenon, and off there I got signed to Virgin Records, who then heard about me and were like, who's this guy who's singing on the song? So yeah, man, that's pretty much how it happened.
That's how it started. With Virgin, you had a bit of a love-hate relationship. Because of them, you... tell me if this is correct or incorrect. You had to shelve a whole album?
Yeah, basically, it was just an awkward one. Music was changing really quickly. My first album had a lot of success in certain areas of the world, but hadn't managed to cross over in other areas of the world. So then when we did our next album, I wanted to do music that I really felt was me, except they didn't see that vision. Because in England everything was going towards this folk rock type of thing, and I was like, I can't. How am I meant to do that? That's not me. That's like, and I got a fan base here who are gonna be like, what are you doing? Like, so I was like, you know what? Forget it. My music and my integrity means more to me than that. So that's what I did. I did my own album.
And you had the last track of your own album was a little bit of a, diss towards, like it was more of a question mark.
Which one?
Look. Your first album, you have a track called
Me Against Myself,
which was the singer and the rapper.
Yeah.
And then on your second album, there was a track with you and the record label or something like that.
Oh, that wasn't on my album. That was something that leaked, a song called Me Against My Label.
See, I heard that track. I thought it was the second album.
Yeah, that was a little something I did in the studio.
Go search for it because that's a funny track.
Yeah, it's
both of those tracks.
You should check it out. It's quite funny. So yeah, that's just kind of things that I do. I'll just get in the studio and do stuff like that sometimes.
Now, you had your second album, and then had the whole Cash Money story.
Yeah.
Well, I can't really imagine, Baby just picking up the phone and going, I'm going to call this guy and sign him.
That's exactly what it was.
Really? So
Yep.
you let's just, this is what I want to picture. You're on shadi.com trying to update
Shadi.com.
your profiles, and then you get a phone call from Baby. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, basically what happened was I had this producer called Jay Remy who works as part of a production outfit called the Orange Factory, and they're the people who produce Down and Do You Remember and stuff. And anyway, he called me up and he's like, listen, I've got this, I've got this head of a record label here who is interested in signing you because, I've played him some of your songs and shown him your videos. And I was like, which record label? And he said, Cash Money. I was like, what? And then he's like, yeah, he wants to talk to you. And I was like, sure. So he called me up 5 minutes later, and that's what it was. I was talking to Slim, who's Baby's brother. And they were just like, come down to Miami, me and Baby want to meet you, and Wayne wants to meet you. And I was like, okay. So I went down there, and next thing you know, we're talking music, we're talking future, we're talking America, and they gave me a record deal, and
Wow.
here I am. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And the fact that I saw an interview where you're talking about the track Down had 2 billion something spins.
Yeah, no, it reached an audience of 2 billion across the world so far.
Wow. So theoretically, right now, someone is listening to your track. Like right now, someone is.
Right now, someone's probably doing like a cover of it on YouTube.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, as an artist, that must be an incredible.
It is. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that feeling to anybody when. See, I write all my own songs as well. So when I'm at a show and I'm at a concert and I'm singing, and I just put the mic down and I put it in the audience and I let them carry on the rest of it, and I'm looking at them going, you know every single one of these words, and you're in a country so far away from me, and I don't even know your name, but you know every single one, and that's so humbling to me, and I think that's it's just an incredible thing,
We're on a tight schedule. You got a big concert happening real soon. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna get into the next question, which is, are you still writing on what you just did, or are you working on a new album?
No, I've already written half of my new album already.
Wow.
So that will be ready, it'll be finished by sort of June, I think. So we're working fast right now.
Wow. And who's in it?
Oh, no, I'm not gonna, I don't know about that yet. Right now, it's not about collaborations for me.
Okay, all right.
It's because I think those always come when you're not planning it. I want to write the bulk of the album. And then when you kind of when you start thinking about, what would be cool here, who could we, you know what I mean? So then we'll kind of put it, when we do those, I can tell you that's going to be insane.
All right, cool. And this is for all the ladies. I think I already know the answer to this question. Are you single?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
No, I'm with somebody, and it's real nice to be in a place where with all this madness going on, you have that special someone in your life to be able to share it with. So, shout outs to her.
That's mad. That's all the time we have. But before I let you go, I've seen Jaded, the video clips that you put on YouTube.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really funny stuff.
Right.
I love that Craig David clip.
Oh yeah.
So you just, you're just recording and you just feel like I'm gonna do something real crazy.
I always do stupid YouTube clips all the time. I mean, I've been shooting a couple of them while I've been here in Australia. Because to me, that's my way. That's the stuff you don't see in a music video. You never get to see somebody's personality in a music video. So I just like to have fun and be stupid. That's actually the real me. I'm just a fool. I just like to have fun, really.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Fool. Wow. That's really, I've never heard an artist actually saying something.
Yeah, but only I can say that. You can't call me a fool. No. Yeah. I am allowed to call myself a fool. You call me a fool, we'll get in trouble.
That's it. I'm in trouble.
I got people outside. He's big. He's big.
I know they are big.
That little hat that you got on, that'll be crushed alongside with your head.
I almost got kicked out of the airport because I pointed the camera at you and he's like, hey, you.
Yeah. There you go.
That's it. That's all the time we have.
Peace.